The city of Lagos never sleeps. Cars screamed through the night. Streetlights flickered like tired eyes. And in the middle of it all, a man stepped out of a black SUV worth more than most houses on the street. His name was Daniel Cole. 32. Handsome. Billionaire. But tonight, he looked nothing like one. Inside his penthouse, Daniel stood before a mirror. Slowly, he removed his expensive wristwatch. His designer suit followed. The polished shoes. The diamond cufflinks. One by one, they disappeared. In their place? A faded shirt. Worn-out sandals. Trousers slightly torn at the knee. When he was done, even his driver wouldn't recognize him. Daniel wasn't broke. He was tired. Tired of women loving his money. Tired of fake smiles. Tired of families suddenly accepting him when they saw his cars. He didn't want admiration. He wanted something real. So he made a decision that shocked even his closest friend. He would pretend to be poor, and find a wife who loved him before knowing his wealth. The next morning, Daniel left his mansion, not in his SUV, but on foot. He rented a small, old apartment in Surulere. He got a simple job at a local grocery store owned by an elderly man who didn't ask questions. And that was where he saw her. Her name was Amara. She came into the store every evening after work. Simple braids. No makeup. Soft smile. Kind eyes. Unlike the others, she greeted everyone, even Daniel. Good evening, she would say warmly. Not because he was rich. Not because she wanted anything. But because that was who she was. One evening, a customer insulted Daniel loudly. Useless boy. Can't you pack items properly? The store went silent. Daniel lowered his head. He had been called worse before, but this time, something felt different. Before he could speak, Amara stepped forward. Please don't talk to him like that, she said firmly. He's trying his best. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. Amara's voice echoed in his head. Please don't talk to him like that, he's trying his best. No woman had ever defended him like that before. Not when he arrived in a Bentley. Not when he wore designer suits. Not when he was introduced as Mr. Cole. But now. When he looked ordinary. When he looked invisible. She saw him. The next evening, Daniel decided to test something. He invited Amara for a simple roadside dinner. No fancy restaurant. No expensive car. Just 2 plastic chairs and a small food stand under a flickering streetlight. She smiled and agreed. They laughed. They talked. For the first time in years, Daniel felt peace. Then it happened. A convoy of black SUVs suddenly stopped in front of him. Men in suits stepped out. And one of them shouted, "Sir! We've been looking everywhere for you." The entire street went silent. Amara slowly turned to Daniel. Her eyes widened. "Sir." Daniel's heart began to pound. His secret was about to explode. And what Amara said next would either break him or prove she was the one. Part 2 will reveal everything.